today. From Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, this is Madden NFL 21 on EA Sports. We'll see Jimmy Garoppolo and the San Francisco 49ers taking on Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
It is a pretty hot late summer afternoon here in the South Bay as EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Levi's Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was deafening. They're set for football as the 49ers get ready to do battle with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The former second-round pick back in 2014, Jimmy Garoppolo trotting into place, looking to guide this San Francisco 49er offense.
And there he is, the man known as Jimmy G, Jimmy Garoppolo, who I thought had a really nice year in 2019. So close to culminating with a Super Bowl title. Accurate with the football, completed nearly 70% of his passes, which was fourth best in the NFL. Nearly 4,000 yards through the air with a team that runs the ball with great efficiency. 27 touchdowns, but in the Super Bowl, didn't quite make the plays they needed down the stretch. But remember, some big wins last year. At New Orleans, at Seattle in Week 17, 2 playoff wins. He's continuing to develop as one of the better ascending players in the league.
At the 45-yard line.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard. Garoppolo going to give to Mostert, and he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On first and 10, it's Mostert. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. Touchdown, 49ers! Raheem Mostert, 52 yards. And the Niners have taken the early lead.
Bottom line, when you play a runner with these talents, you've got to be able to wrap up and get him on the ground. Or the first person who gets there, hold him up long enough for the next wave to get there and get him down. Otherwise, he will continue downfield and find pay dirt.
Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Raheem Mostert.
San Francisco.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Now this will make it into the end zone. And no return here for White. It'll be a touchback. Here are the Steelers making their way out, and with their longtime starter, Ben Roethlisberger, leading the way.
And for Ben Roethlisberger, there are a lot of question marks coming into this year because he missed nearly all of 2019 with an elbow injury. And if he were younger, maybe not as many questions. But he turned 38 back in March. And now the Pittsburgh Steelers expect to see the old Ben Roethlisberger, who's thrown for over 56,000 yards in his career, leading their team.
First carry of the game for Jalen Samuels. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
A loss of 2.
Pretty straightforward play there by the linebacker. He saw the run, went with straight-ahead pursuit, and dumped him behind the line of scrimmage.
At the 23, it's second and 12. From the gun, shotgun. It's Roethlisberger. Ebron caught left side. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up. With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On fourth down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. The 49ers have Richie James back deep. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the Niners will go on offense. First and 10.
42-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now. I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The first down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful, and now they have to deal with second and very long. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, 49ers. Kendrick Bourne, 70 yards. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to.
And he takes off with it. It's a fake. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them?
I was going to ask you, maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film when those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
Mitch Wishnowski to kick off for San Francisco.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
It's been such an impressive first half to get that lead. A hole to dig out of here, 2nd and 17. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster.
Roethlisberger's pass.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
8 yards.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
Third down.
Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. was Eric Armstead fighting his way through that time to record the sack.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big. But sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz. And even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
At the 36-yard line.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. George Kittle, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. And he floated one out there, incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to...
Under pressure, and down he goes. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowski to punt this one away. I think they're just a product of trying to buy themselves 5 extra yards.
And they want to help their punter out, right? Help with the angle, trying to pin the ball deep. That's exactly what they did there.
On 4th down, the Niners trot out Mitch Wishnowski to punt the football. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
They begin on the ground here with Connor. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and...
So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This game's had a little bit of everything thus far, and certainly plenty to look forward to, as the teams are right back out there for the second half. So we'll get right back out there as well, as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Mitch Wishnowski to kick off for San Francisco.
The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Steelers take over 1st and 10. At their own.
The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because We often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset, but typically halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. On 1st and 10 is Counter. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Scrambling not particularly a Roethlisberger strong suit, but he does get the job done there and gets a first. Big Ben, with his size, sometimes it still surprises me when he can dance for a first.
He's the preeminent quarterback at taking contact, shedding it, and turning it into a big play. You know what they say about him? It's not the first 3 seconds of the play that you worry about with him. It's the next 3. Takes the hit, and now he creates a big one.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And that'll bring up second down. 2nd and 10 here as we roll along in quarter number 3 from Santa Clara. Roethlisberger will throw. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. The Nick Bosa so quick on the outside. He gets in there to bring him down.
The one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film section tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. Roethlisberger. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Dee Ford providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down, you bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
42-yard line.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 42. He'll look to Mostert to start things out. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the 4th and final quarter. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards there and a first down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
I'm not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Raheem Mostert averaged 5.6 yards per carry last year. That was second in the NFL. So it's safe to say that it paid off that he patterned his work ethic after his hero, Frank Gore, the former 49er. That's a guy who really shows you how to go out and get it done each and every day. Raheem Mostert patterned him and had a breakout season in 2019 with the 49ers.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. Oh, Garoppolo's going to throw it. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2, they don't get it.
That keeps the score Niners.
So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
And no return here for White. It'll be a touchback. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25.
25-yard.
There's Roethlisberger. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron.
Roughless
For 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Now you got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
intercepted.
How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate, but I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get together somewhere and have their own private celebration. A shutout, that's something to be cherished.
To the yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 40-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. What do you need? It's a party now. It's a party now. Watch 98, watch 98. 98 come on. Let's go.
Here's Tevin Coleman, now in his 2nd year with the Niners. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
Vince Williams on.
I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
In punt formation.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. So the victory here for San Francisco, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough, but yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys were nails out there.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaughan. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The 49ers get the win here at home as we say so long from Santa Clara.